Alright. Hey, how's it going, guys? Today, we're painting. First ever episode. I don't have a name yet, but all I do know, oh, that is all the way zoomed in. And, oh, it's all the way zoomed down. Alright, let me back this up then. Let me get a proper mic. Yeah, alright. So I don't have an easel. I've mostly just been using a table, so it might be a little harder to follow along. This right here, I was not able to pick up a proper canvas. This is a bit unruly at the moment, but you know what? First episode, bit excited. I'm going to be able to paint a big portrait today. What I'm going to be painting it of, I don't know, but that is the fun part of... so I don't have any of the proper materials. This is actually part of a foosball table. I had to get a little crafty with it. Look at it. Very nice, yeah. Do that. That's the paint doesn't anything like that on me. Yeah, alright, so first of all, landscape or portrait? Obviously landscape. Landscape's a little nicer, a lot more variety with landscape. Yeah. I'm gonna go landscape. I'm gonna find a better recording place later. Oh, hi, kitty. Oh, I hate her, kitty. Want to say hi to the camera? Oh, I can't pick you up. You're too big. Next comment. Yeah, I'm fat shaming my cat because she is huge. Look at her. Oh, she ran off. Okay. Yeah. Work as an easel, little makeshift. I've been my entire art career has been me making stuff purely makeshift. Where did my easel? Where did my little painting board go? All right. Oh, it's under the box. Silly me. All right, now we can actually get started. Now, the real question is what to draw with my... First of all, I gotta flex the bedazzled paintbrushes. Look at this. Oh yeah, look at that. Sparkly. I don't have any fan brushes, but I mean, so I'm gonna be severely limited in my abilities. Oh, Luna, you rolling around, girl? Oh, good girl. That's my dog, Luna. She's the best. Alright, then. I got these, yeah. This one actually is falling apart, so I got some fishing wire and like wrapped it around on the inside, and it's kind of continuously hope. Well, I went on a Florida trip. Get some gray going. Let's go a little sad today, a little gray clouds. A lot of black. And then let's get some white. I enjoy a gray background, like a really light gray background and things, you know. If anybody who has seen my Snapchat stories, the school Snapchat, for all the school friends watching, they know I like me a very gray background, very gray, very dark. I wouldn't really say dark. Let me mix this up real quick. That's a bit too dark gray. Nothing wrong with a bit of dark gray. Let's work my cloud gray, you know. Ooh, let me add some light gray into this. I'm not a big fan of this shade of gray. It's a bit... I don't know, it doesn't give me that nice thing that I wanted, or that I like in the grays when I mix them myself. But it is a nice, like, you know, nice, if you mix it in, it makes a gray is very nice gray. Still a bit dark. Ooh, I added way too much black. Bit of technical difficulties here. Ooh. This entire first episode of To Be Named is off to a great start. I recorded an episode before this, kind of. I wasn't able to start painting in a second. Let me. There you go. Oh, that is gonna be very awkward. This is poster board, so yeah. this side so I can stand up. Oop, knocked it out of the way. All right. Right here, your little... Oh, yeah. All right, so I got a little star up there. This is... Should have gotten an easel before this. All right, so it's also on poster board. This is new territory to me because normally it clings a little better. I use a lot of fabric paint. I think it mixes a little better. Let's go gray clouds. All right, there you go. A little more gray in there. You know, you can't go wrong with gray. Yeah, there you go. Look at that. Oh, I like the. Yeah. 1 second. This is. I'm not used to canvases this big. The normal canvas sizes are like much smaller than this that I use, so it's gonna be a little different for me. Don't really have any big brushes that I mean, I do have a big brush, but I'm not gonna use it. It's a bit inconsistent. There you go, that's nice, look at that. I'm going with the back and forth motion here because there's so much area to cover. But I'm thinking of adding in little clouds around, you know. I have little dark clouds. Nothing wrong with a bit of darkness. A bit of light is also pretty nice though. Yeah, there you go. Oh, nope. Fell down. That's great. Let me put the paint here so I can kind of block the dark. Not dark, so I can block the thing. Okay, I got none on me, although nothing would get a little messy. Remember, it isn't truly painting if you don't get a little messy. I mean, it is. You can paint however you like. I personally, you know, I'm a very messy painter. I get paint all over me when I paint big projects. This is an exceptionally big project. This is very nice, though. Look at this. I mean, it's a poster board. Never painted something this big, so I'm a little excited. I thought, hey, well, actually, I wasn't really thinking. I was in a Hy-Vee, and I was like, well, I don't want to go to Walmart to get canvases, because Walmart canvases are not expensive, but, you know, far. I don't live far from the Walmart, though, so. I'm getting canvases tomorrow, which is a little late, so. A little late for canvas shopping and painting, or paint shopping. So, yeah, oh, got a little thing there. I can make that into something. Include it. Yeah. Okay, man. A little bit of a swoosh going here. That's nice. That's nice. This is a lot. Here, let me actually. I'm gonna have this be unedited. Let me get the big brush real quick from the little outside patio. Now she's anxious, so poor girl's got an ear infection. She used to scratch all the time when she got anxious, and she was a very anxious dog, so this should speed things up a little bit. Although patience is a virtue, very important one. I have to wake up early tomorrow, and that's nice. Look at that. Nice little gray clouds here. Let me move over to this side real quick. Let me move over to this side. I enjoy painting. It's a little time of peace for me. In my general opinion, it's a very nice time for me to paint. It's calming, you know. Oh, got a little bit on my hand. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. You always get a little bit of paint on you. At least I do. Alright, there you go. Leave in the comments any new techniques that you guys personally like doing. Because I like the little misty going on here. Look at this. Here, let me bring you guys a little closer. Look at that. There you go. Yeah, I'm going with a more misty look. Kind of see it. Oh, the glare is kind of adding a bit more than I expected, but that's kind of the look I'm going for right now. Yeah, Cat's looking at me like I'm crazy. Oh, she's coming over here. Hey there, Lily. Want to come paint with me, or are you gonna try and lick the canvas? Yeah, she's done that a couple of times, but not too much, you know. I gotta clean this brush afterwards, so that's gonna be a little bit, you know. Look at that, a little bit of paint. All right, what color should I add next? I'm thinking like mountains, you know. Or not mountains. I'm thinking like, you know, nice hillsides. Could go a little gray clouds, obviously darker, a little bit of gray scale going. I don't know. I mean, well, I can't really. I was about to say, what do you guys think? But I mean, you know, I'd be like talking to the books on the shelf over there. Okay. There you go. Very nice. Very nice. Now, normally, this would be a multi-day project. Because this is quite the big canvas. But today, one day only, you guys get to see beautiful, beautiful work at play. I think I should go with a little more, let's see if I can remember the mixture, a little more of that gray. Because I have an idea, which is stormy. Not really stormy, you know, like a light rain. White. Running out of white here. For some reason, just can't get enough black. Right there. Look at that. That is a nice little. That's the similar texture. Yeah. So, actually, I'm gonna. Get a nice little. See how I'm doing this. Go, look at that. Nice little. I like to leave my paint half unmixed so that you get the occasional streak of a different color within there. So, like with clouds, I get to do this. Which, I mean, you guys probably can't see it, but it is indeed a little more multicolored than the other things. Yeah. But to you guys, this looks like a blob of gray, so. Doesn't matter though, doesn't matter. There you go. And then boom, boom. Get a little paint over here. Let me get up real quick. This is just going to be a little base coat gray. I'm going to keep it lighter up here so I can add little rain clouds. I'll show you guys how I do that on the smaller canvases, which once again, I'm going to start painting with smaller canvases. This is a bit ambitious for my first episode. There you go, yeah. And then I'm going to have it trickle out here. The heaviness of the gray. There you go, yeah. Nothing wrong with a bit of gray in your life, you know. Sometimes you need a little balance out the white and the black of your life, you know. Get a little gray area going. That's all I say. That's all I like to say. Not commonly, but you know. All right, so just real quick. Now we're painting paint. Am I right? Little joke there to joke for myself. You know, like the now we're cooking with fire, but it's we're painting with paint because I'm painting with paint. That's a little you know, like the expression. All right, I'm gonna stop explaining the joke now. It's probably a little old to you guys. And then a little bit of wipe the darker gray when I do that, so it's a little more below. Yeah, there you go. Look at that. Look at that. A lot of noises. Sounds like actual thunder. There you go. That's good. You can always get a little messy with the paint. A lot of people, or at least a lot of people that back when I first started painting, I originally thought, I had to be elegant with it. I had to be like, wah, wah, wah. But in reality, I then later on realized that it was all about, getting messy, getting a little bit, hi kitty, good kitty. It was all about getting a little dirty with it, getting a little messy. You don't have to, you don't got to be elegant. Just don't tear the page, unless it's part of your art. If you tear the page as part of your art, that's pretty cool. I'd like to see that. I might do that in one of these episodes. A little bit of modern art going. You know what I mean, guys? Yeah. Hey, you guys definitely know what I mean. A little bit of scrapbook art, I think it's called. It's pretty nice style of art. Actually, I remember in art class when we were doing one second. When we were doing the it was Cubism, I think. Yeah, we were doing Cubism, and one of my friends, a good friend, he's also an artist, he's chill. I'm not going to name him, but he added he glued little scraps of paper to his art to get kind of like a collage look going. But he only did it because the teacher got mad at him. Which, by the way, shout out to my art teacher, who has the most amazing soundtrack of any art teacher. Yeah, she would play some really good music, but she said that it wasn't collagey enough, so he added ooh, that's too light. I can start adding the clouds now. So here's how I like to add clouds. I like to just kind of, ooh, that's a bit wet. Let me. Not light enough. Alright. I like to, whenever I make clouds, I like to smack it and kind of thin it out a little bit, Get a little cloud going, you see, kind of. I work with smaller canvases that have more clingy. I think I was supposed to be using, I think this is the back of the poster board, actually. So it's a little more slick and shiny. So this is actually new territory for me. So entirely. Normally I work with more clingy boards and canvases. You just kind of hit the page. Until you get a nice little cloud. That is hard to see in the light. 1 second. Let me get everybody a little closer here. See that little nice little cloud right there? Oh yeah, that is absolutely nice little cloud. Little thing right there. Yeah, and then might add another one a little later. Obviously, I don't have the nicest camera right now, so it's not really able to pick that up as well. But then add little raindrops. Now, I don't know how to add raindrops, so I'm gonna have to get a little experimental with it. If anyone knows how to add raindrops properly, then tell me in the comments. Yeah. Yeah, that's my little cloud. I'm gonna add a much darker gray around it to accentuate the cloud, obviously. I'm gonna add another one right here. I feel like adding another cloud right here. Yeah. Oh, this one's a little brighter than this one. I don't know. Maybe this one could be raining a little more, and this one's a little nice little cloud. Ooh, paint on my hands. I got more paint. I'm trying to wipe it off. Yeah, there you go. remember, real life clouds, they aren't like perfect squares. They aren't like little perfect circles. It is a weird word, so I like to just kind of have them trail off in some areas. I like to form little shapes with them. You can form little animals with your clouds as well. It's always fun. Yeah. And then, let's see. Ooh, should I have lightning coming out of one of them? I haven't drawn lightning either. This is going to be completely new territory. Alright. This is a little, there you go, lean. There it is, alright. It's getting a little silly with the paint here. That's nice. That's real nice. Once again, this isn't my greatest painting because it's very, it's very big. I'm not used to big. Let me add a bit more black to this. I can have the clouds. I can take having the clouds be different colors. There you go. Very, very nice. Very nice. Wow, I am just eating through paint here. Does not matter though. Does not matter. Oh, look at that. Nice little, that's a very dark gray actually. Does not matter at all. It's a dark time of night. Get a little bit of this going, you know. Ooh, I can make this little mountain. Little nice. Well, I wouldn't say calming mountain. It's not very happy, but it's very daunting. Nice big mountain. Ooh, it mixed as well with the other paints. So there you go. Yeah, nice little mountain silhouette. I could make the clouds be more in the background. Ooh, I'm getting ideas as we speak. So what if this wasn't a mountain, but a house? Hear me out. I'll paint you out a little picture. Show you what I mean. See, kind of have it be like a little bear house, a little hut. The mountain kind of cascade off right here. And so there's a nice little troll that lives here, He's a big guy. So obviously he needs a big old place to live. There you go. Yes. This isn't my favorite description of a mountain, but it is still very nice. Ooh, running out of the shade. Look at that. Nice little mountain right there. Alright. I'm starting to see where this is going, Starting to get the full, pardon my little thought here, the full picture. Obviously, this isn't that great of a painting. I'm using a lot more gray. I've decided to start experimenting with more gray, less bright colors. Let me add a bit of black, a bit of white. And that's mostly just because, I just kind of like the grayer colors. Hi, Luna. Oh, you're moving from the door? Alright. Yeah, everyone but my dad just went on vacation, so my big dog Luna, she has been sitting by the door, waiting for them to come back. So, kind of a fun little, I could use a bit more white. Not too much though, not too much. There you go, very nice, nice long, mix it up. I also don't have a painter's knife. I need to, up my game, compete with the other artists, as one would say, competitive. I'm not a very competitive person though, so I mean I am. You should see me in gym class. Yeah, I get angry during gym class. It's a problem. I admit to it. Yeah, there you go. Look at that. Look at that. It's a nice little bit of stuff right there. And then let me. Yeah, this is new territory for me. Honestly, I don't think I would release this. Not the painting. The painting is beautiful, but the episode. This is not only new territory, it's also very different from what well, I mean, I guess new territory and being different. Nothing wrong with a bit of experimentation from time to time. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Gotta smack the color into it. Am I right, guys? A little bit of. Oh, my cloud dried very well. It didn't dry, but it's it's partially dried. In that weird stage that paint gets to, a little half hard, half soft situation going. Not soft. Dry, half dry. This is why I don't mix my paints fully whenever I do clouds, because it's you guys probably can't see it, but it is very well blended. I think I should start using my phone for this, so that the full picture can be seen. Well, not the full picture, but the full aesthetic can be seen from the phone's microphone. Isn't that good? So ends up being a scenario of, do I want to have an absolutely beautiful mic, or, well, I mean, this mic isn't that great either, but it's not bad. It could be worse. It could be like an old Xbox Party Shop mic with the, you have Uno. Anybody's seen that video? Oh, who am I kidding? A lot of people have. Such a good video. I absolutely love that. When you guy that's screaming, you have Uno at the other guy. Because for anyone who doesn't know the context of that, it is, dude, they were talking about playing Uno, and he was like, oh, I don't have it, during this time, as a promotional thing, or not really promotional, but as a just thing in general, as a reason to buy, I guess technically promotional, every Xbox 360 was given Uno, except not all of them got Uno, so that absolutely amazing comedic gold came out, and I laughed at it a lot. This is a bit empty for a painting, but it's also, once again, I'm giving myself a little bit of leeway here. Obviously not too much leeway, but obviously I'm using very limited colors, because you can paint with almost any color, any limited color. That's not my favorite way to paint, though, is limited, but I decided, this episode should be a little ambitious, so with that, big old colors. Yeah, it's like a little silhouette, if you can see it. It's not great on this camera, honestly. I think it's also might just because the glare and it's a little far away, so you don't really see the full picture. Let's see. Let's get a little. Alright, I'm not running out of paint. Yeah, look at that, look at that. Little nice right there. It's not perfect, but not everything has to be perfect, Perfection is a near unobtainable aspect that, honestly, we should strive for, but we should never expect to achieve perfection. You know what I mean? Because due to the fact that Nobody's perfect. I think striving for perfection is a dangerous game because, you know, yeah, you give and give and give, and you know, for your perfect goal, you know, your perfection. But you know, perfection never really gives anything back because you'll never be perfect. Nobody can be. It's a near impossibility. So get a little bit of knowledge for you. Drop some wisdom. But yeah, perfection is completely unachievable in my opinion. I am personally a Christian though, so I do believe that there is only one person who is perfect, and that is Jesus. Of course, if you don't subscribe to those beliefs, I'm not going to judge you. Art isn't about judging, unless it is. There are certain artists that do judge. There's actually certain art that is about judgment, but I mean, let's be honest, that art tends to not be too great. Well, that's very nice. It's very nice. Get a nice little trying to go with a more sway, you know, silhouette-y type deal, but it does not translate well on camera, so I might get a little after shot going, but what it looks like right now, it's a bit shiny. I mean, it's not dry yet. I'll take a picture, and edit it in at the end of what it looks like afterwards. Now, let's go ahead and highlight the certain parts of the mountain. Now, what I like to do this is I like to add things like bits of white, you know, bits of white, bits of black, you know. Once again, I'm trying to limit myself to very, very few, very small little changes, so go little bits of white. This isn't the perfect brush for it. Normally, I'd use a fan brush for this, you know. Get a little... But, due to the fact that I don't have a fan brush on me at the moment, this will have to do. And you know what? It will do me well. Very well. And let me adjust the camera real quick so I can get my beautiful, flowing, luscious hair in there. This is actually the brush I use to make clouds most of the time. You can see it's actually very fanned out from when I, which, you know. Although an icy mountain wouldn't work all that well, you know. Alright, well now it doesn't really look like a mountain so much as it looks like more abstract. That's what I was kind of going for, was, well, not really abstract, I mean, I was kind of going for more abstract, but I just made it, which was a beautiful, beautiful shade. That little cascading down, little nice little stripes, all the way down the little mountain, all the way down, just like that. See how it's very, I've brightened it up a little, you know, accentuated it a little more now. Is it still wet? No, it still is, but, you know. blending in there. See, look at that, look at that. It's not perfect, but you know. I have a good enough viewpoint on things, as in, it doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to look pretty enough. This, I personally, you know, I think it's a little pretty, but you know, more from a, you know, mother thinks her child is the most amazing singer when in reality has no idea what they are doing. But do we really know what we're doing at all in life? Some people, yeah, some people got it all figured out, but I, you know, personally, I don't really have it all figured out just yet. So on the painting, on the painting, it's not a little bit of life, but you know, that's life for you. You know, you never quite know everything, and if you do, somebody knows it better. It's a little bleak output, but you know, it's kind of there's always a bigger fish kind of thing, you know. There's always somebody to not do you, but that's fine. Even though there's somebody who can always outdo you, you just gotta do what you're good at, and you gotta be happy with it. You know, you can't be sad and unsuccessful. That was a little mean. that was a little bit mean. I've been saying mean things all day. Let me tell you. Yeah, let me actually add a little bit of. Oh yeah, that works a little better. This big brush has really come in clutch for everything today. Of course, you also got to thank the little guys. I got a little bit of paint on my little bottle and my little bracelet. Once again, painting's a messy hobby. Yeah, see, look at my hand. A little handshake for you. Alright, yeah. Painting is a very messy hobby. I clean this afterwards. I'll clean it when I clean myself after this. I'm going to take a shower after this and then enjoy myself. You know. Take a little nap. Well, not really nap. It's dark outside, so can't really take a nap. I mean, I can. I could take a nap, wake up at like 12, and then, you know, go immediately back to sleep. Maybe give me a little midnight snack. Oh, am I kidding? I don't eat it. I don't eat in the middle of the night. Makes me uncomfortable. But you know what? I'm just glad I am almost done with this painting, because this painting has really got me questioning my skill in painting. It's very abstract, very, very abstract. Although I kind of like that, you know, I'm a very abstract artist. Yeah. Let me go ahead and put the big brand of B on there, as I like to call it, so no one steals my work. No steely for you guys. I know how much you guys would love it. Not really. Well, let me tell you this. Easy million. Right here. A little joke for myself. And for you guys, too. I guess. You guys can enjoy the joke, too. Look at that big old B. Usually my B's are a little smaller, but I like to take pride in my work, so I'm going to go ahead and get you guys off of that thing so I can over. Camera's flashing red with access, so I don't know what that is. Anyway, this is the final product. Let me lay this out on my white carpet. You guys can get a little bit of a money shot. So it's not perfect. It's not the best, but I'm not here to be the best. This has been Unnamed Painting Show. This has been the first episode. I'm gonna go clean myself now. How do you turn this off?